So we're here to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. Honestly, I don't know why I have this on, honestly, but it's not entirely too bad. Anyway, guys, we are here today to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine. This is a spoiler review of the movie. Yes, it's been 2 weeks since I last uploaded the video of my non-spoiler, and it's also been 2 weeks since the movies came out. And as of right now, as I'm recording this, the movie has officially hit $1 billion worldwide and is one of the biggest Marvel successes since Spider-Man No Way Home, getting 1.20 $0.29 billion worldwide, has a 95% score on Rotten Tomatoes, is one of the best, that is literally probably one of the best Marvel movies to release under the MCU since No Way Home, and some might consider maybe Wakanda Forever, but I hardly doubt that because I actually recently watched the movie, and to be quite honest, it was kind of crappy. So with that being said, let's get right to it. Anyway, so let's talk about the thing that I was not allowed to talk about in the non-spoilers, which was the cameos. The cameos in this movie was crazy. We got several Marvel variants of Wolverine, which was really awesome. My favorite one happened to be the Calverine. Henry Cavill as Wolverine has been one of my biggest picks to replace Henry Cavill. I mean, not Hugh Jackman, with Henry Cavill as Wolverine. To be quite frank, I think he would do a phenomenal job. And the fact that they brought him in this movie and he was the only variant not played by Hugh Jackman says a lot, in my opinion. I was kind of surprised not to see Harry Potter or anybody else besides Hugh Jackman, but that is completely okay with me. We got to see an actual comic book accurate Wolverine. We got to see the brown and yellow suit, which was amazing. And then we also got to see an old man Logan, which was really nice. We also got to see Wesley Snipes as Blade return, which is honestly really crazy that he even came back. The guy's 60 years old, and we still haven't gotten the new Blade movie. It has been 4 years since Marvel announced the Blade movie, and honestly, they might as well just give Wesley Snipes Mahershala Ali's Blade movie, give him the nice Logan send-off that Ryan Reynolds is now trying to petition to get out there. We got to see Elektra, which was pretty cool. We got a reference to Daredevil, Magneto, Charles Xavier, which was really nice. We got to see a bunch of background characters from the X-Men Fox universe. And personally, one of my favorite cameos besides the Calverine is, woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here. Just make sure you know people what happened here today. You go have a drink with me, right? In freaking Gambit, played by Channing Tatum in this movie, and the fact that they made fun of his speech was great, honestly. It is phenomenal. But and then not only that, we got to see X-23, Laura, played by Daphne Keane. The one letdown with that cameo is that we didn't even get to see one of the suits that she gets to wear, which was a little bit of a letdown, but I'll let that pass. But so besides that, what about the story? The story in this whole thing is that essentially Logan has died, and the Fox universe is dying because Hugh Jackman was a huge staple in those movies. And with him gone, the Fox movies don't really matter as much. But the problem with this whole thing is that movie Logan takes place in 2029, and Deadpool takes place in 2024. So they ended up now New Rockstars kind of did a video on this just recently. I'll drop that down in the link in the description if you care about the timeline and the plot behind that. But essentially, Deadpool goes across the multiverse to find a variant of Wolverine to replace the Wolverine that is getting ready to die, or has already died according to the TVA. And the whole purpose of Deadpool getting in this predicament with the TVA is that, and the reason why how he is in this movie is that he was rejected by the Avengers thanks to the device that Cable gave him to go across the entire multiverse and the timeline to clean stuff up again, even though X-Men Days of Future Past already did that. But that's okay. He's lost his girlfriend, so pretty much just like every other Deadpool movie, which, by the way, I did not like the other Deadpool movies compared to this one. This one was the best Deadpool movie. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see a adaptation of Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe with the Fox Universe. We didn't entirely get that, but it was a nice send-off for the Fox era. Also, I just realized I forgot a cameo. Chris Evans as Johnny Storm. Oh my gosh. And especially that post-credit scene, which was just insane. Honestly, really nice cameo. I was really happy to see Chris Evans return as Johnny Storm. That was a really cool moment. So, besides that, yeah. So, Deadpool becomes this car dealership guy and then ends up getting dragged by the TVA because of the fact that he went back and changed the timeline and also killed a version of Ryan Reynolds who was going to play Green Lantern. So, anyhow, but then not only that, they come to find out that he is essentially the savior. And it's kind of funny because when this movie was announced all the way back in September, I think it was 21st in 2022, everyone was like, oh my gosh, Wolverine and Deadpool and Wolverine is going to save the MCU. So it's kind of funny how they make fun of that. There's a lot of celebrity jokes throughout the movie, which was really funny. The fact that Matthew McConaughey, Blake Lively, and Ryan Reynolds as kids, as long with her, because they're married, was honestly kind of cool to see in the Marvel universe in this movie as well. The fact that Hugh Jackman also at 55 got that buff, I still believe some of that was CGI, but the fact that he got that ripped at 55, I feel, as a 20-year-old, I should be doing much better. But anyhow, I loved this movie. I grew up with the X-Men, Fox films. Wolverine was a huge part of my life, and I'm glad that he came back. I'm really happy that he's going to be back. He's going to be back in Secret Wars. Obviously, I don't think that he's going to be Wolverine for too much longer, so probably another 2 years, 3 years, he's going to be Wolverine, which is going to be really cool, and I cannot wait to see that happen. But I'm also kind of really sad because the Fox, everything after Secret Wars is going to be gone officially. But this film, just like No Way Home, was a love letter to the Fox, X-Men, Fantastic Four characters, and the fact that there was some characters that I would have really liked to see, like Ghost Rider, maybe someone from the Fantastic Four movie from 2015 that really just wasn't that good. Would have been nice. Maybe some characters from the past X-Men movies, like Cyclops, or maybe the original Gambit, which would have been really cool. But I understand there were some scheduling conflicts with that. And not only that, Nicolas Cage did not want to come back as Ghost Rider. Completely understandable. But besides that, Deadpool and Wolverine, personally for me, is one of my favorite Marvel movies, one of my favorite comic book movies ever. I will continue to watch this movie. The fight scenes, the acting was great. Hugh Jackman stole the show. Every cameo, which a lot of the cameos that I mentioned, like Gambit, Elektra, Blade, and X-23, obviously by now you've seen it, they play a part in the movie. Those were not just regular cameos, those were actual side characters, which was great. Everybody else was just a cameo, which was okay. So with that being said, I'm going to give Wolverine and Deadpool a 9.5 out of 10. To be quite frank, the only reason why it's a 9.5 is just because of the plot. The plot could have just been a tad bit better. And besides that, that is pretty much it, guys. I will see you all very, very soon. With that being said, let me know what are your thoughts on Wolverine and Deadpool. No, Deadpool and Wolverine. With that being said, peace out.